pleasure and a great honor for me to welcome you, all of you in Denmark, to this 21st IPO, particularly in May 2013, the month where the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard's 200th anniversary is celebrated all over the world. As you might know, that is why the theme for this IPO is Kierkegaard today. I'm also very glad to welcome you in Odense. You have come to a small country and an even smaller city, although only 2 cities in Denmark are bigger than this city. But I'm sure that a lot of you will find this place very different from what you know at home. IPO is a special event. Young people from all over the world get together to discuss philosophy and to compete friendly in the philosophical discipline essay writing. But it is important to focus not only on the competition. I think that the main thing is the fact that you get the opportunity to make friendship across national borders and cultural difference. Therefore, I will encourage all of you to socialize as much as you can, even tonight. You are going to be early up in the morning and write essays. I'll tell you more about that before we are leaving. I think, you are all here as proud representatives of your nation, but in these few IPO days, it is important to think and behave also as a cosmopolitan. In a globalized world, that is what we all should do every day. Thank you to the city of Odense to welcome us here in the town hall. And now I will pass over the word to the representative of the mayor of Odense City, Anders V. Bertelsen.
Thank you very much. In 5 minutes, the bar will open. On behalf of the city and the city council, welcome to Odense. It's a great pleasure for me to welcome you to the IPO, as you say. I would say International Philosophy Olympiad in Odense. I do not know the short form as good as you do. This year we are also celebrating the bicentenary of the Danish philosopher Søren Kierkegaard. I'm a councillor in Odense, and first I would like to send you a message from my best wishes from our Lord Mayor, Anker Boye, who unfortunately could not join us this evening. When I studied at the university in Odense back in the 70s, it was certainly not the existentialism of Kierkegaard or Sartre, for that matter, which was in focus among students. In the 70s, the majority of students were studying literature, philosophy, history on basis of Karl Marx, which was something very different, I can tell you. The basic truth about life and society was often found in the more or less speculative interpretations of Marx, although few had read him. Something must have happened since. Perhaps it has something about the development in the whole world, the changes in China after Chairman Mao, the last phase of the Cold War, and the final breakdown of the Soviet Empire. Perhaps those things created a new spirit in the world with more focus on strong individualistic approach to life, to politics and to economy, which is still dominant. In this process, Karl Marx disappeared and Kierkegaard got a renaissance. But it is important to mention that Kierkegaard is not an enemy of systems and order. In many ways, he lived a very systematic life with many routines and procedures in his own way. One of his main messages is that every individual has an obligation, a choice, or a religious belief which cannot be hidden behind the collective structures of the society. And one thing more, and that is even more important, the special claim of the individual is not finally defined. You have to work with it all the time, said Kierkegaard. This vital point of view represents a strong critique of dogmatic religious ideologies. It also contains a message to the modern welfare society. In my daily work as a local politician, we are focusing on the role of the civic society, citizens' participation, user-driven innovation, because we know that we need to increase the involvement of the individual if we want to develop our welfare society in a time with financial crisis. And if we are going to succeed, we need to create a stronger awareness of individual resources and the abilities of each of us to contribute to the society, to the community. So my conclusion is, we went from Marx to Kierkegaard, and maybe we can use both Marx and Kierkegaard today to create a sustainable mix for the future society. Finally, I have to say a few words about Hans Christian Andersen, because this is Hans Christian Andersen's city. He was born here, and there was a connection between Andersen and Kierkegaard, not a very good relation, I must admit. Although Kierkegaard often is considered to be a very introverted person, he was a sharp public debater, and one of his more remarkable conflicts was with Hans Christian Andersen. Andersen was born here in Odense in 1805. He had no academic career, but he was about to become recognized when he published a novel called Only a Fiddler in 1837. Kierkegaard published a 90 pages review which developed into a kind of battlefield against the older Hans Christian Andersen. Two very different persons with two very different views. However, Hans Christian Andersen also belongs to us today. He may not be a world-class philosopher, but he is a world-class fairy tale writer. Born here, and we are proud of his around 160 fairy tales translated into more than 150 different languages. You may have a busy time in Odense the next day, but do not miss his museum. I hope you will visit it if you want to study one of Kierkegaard's favorite dislikes. In Odense, we are very pleased to be the host city of this IPO. Your presence contributes to the profile of Odense as a strong educational city with more than 32,000 students. The ambitions of the City Council is to increase the number of students with 10,000 in the coming 7 or 8 years. I hope you have the time to enjoy the city, and once again, welcome to Odense, the fairy tale city and the philosopher city. And now the bye.